Thanks very much, Juju. Tonight, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce our first honoree for the evening, John Kuo. Every year at the AALDEF board, shortly after this great event, we start working on identifying next year's honorees. It's not an easy process because we look for, among other things, someone who has a demonstrated commitment to civil rights and diversity and inclusion, someone with a very high level of achievement and professional success, and lastly, someone who has the ability to draw sponsors. That's all of you. We'll be asking for money later. So John immediately came to mind not only because he meets all these criteria, he knocks them out of the ballpark. I first met John several years ago at a closed session of general counsels at the annual convention of the National Asian Pacific American Bar Association. At these sessions, we informally bounce things off one another, and it's an incredibly useful and safe environment that I have found to be invaluable over the years. John had recently become the general counsel of Varian, and I was immediately impressed by his deep knowledge of a variety of issues, his thoughtful approach to issues, and he just seemed to be a genuinely nice guy, a person with high integrity, someone you'd want to work with. So my initial impressions of him have only been confirmed and reinforced over the years. And earlier this evening, I had the great pleasure to meet John's parents and his sister, who are here tonight. And round of applause. And I now appreciate that being a social activist, being smart, and being a good person for John are really family traits. It comes from very good stock. Now, other than the fact that John works in sunny, warm California, and I'm here with all of you in the deep freeze of New York, it's not so bad, at least we're not in Boston, John and I actually have a lot in common. We both have had interactions with AALDEF during our student days. John remembers that an AALDEF attorney spoke at Cornell where he was a freshman, and that talk inspired him to get involved in student government and campus activism on issues such as affirmative action and the fight against apartheid. As in-house counsel at large global companies, both John and I understand that diversity and inclusion are good business. The companies that fully embrace a culture where all employees are empowered to work to their full potential will be the ones that are most competitive and most successful. As Corporate Vice President, General Counsel, and Secretary for Varian Medical Systems, John has ensured that diversity and inclusion are a company priority. John works hard to build diversity outside of the office as well. He co-founded the Bay Area Asian American General Counsel Group, which today has a membership of more than 50. He is an active member of the NAPABA in-house counsel mentoring program. He also mentors young attorneys as a member of the board of the UC Berkeley Bolt Hall Law School Alumni Association, from where he graduated in 1988. So for his commitment to diversity and inclusion in the workplace and beyond, please join me in welcoming the 2015 Justice in Action Award recipient, John Kuo.